Have you ever noticed that life has a very special way of communicating with us? There are signs all around us, subtle messages that the universe sends to prepare us for something extraordinary that is about to happen. And what if I told you that at this very moment while you watch this video, you might be experiencing some of these signs without even realizing it? For those of you who are Leos, or have Leo in important positions in your astrological chart, this video will reveal 11 spiritual signs that indicate something truly grand is coming into your life. I'm not talking about simple coincidences or empty positive thoughts. I'm talking about real concrete signs that, when you learn to recognize them, completely change the way you see your path and your future. These signs come directly from the spiritual plane. They are messages from the universe preparing you to receive the blessings that have already been destined for your path. Now pay close attention, because every minute of this video will show you exactly what to observe, what to feel, and how to interpret these signs that may already be happening in your life right now. Many Leos are going through a powerful transition phase, and if you feel that something is different, that a new energy is arriving, it's because you're being prepared for something much bigger than you imagine. Stay until the end because I'm going to reveal the most powerful sign of all. The one that, when it appears, means that the transformation has already begun and nothing can stop the blessings that are on their way. Sign 1. You begin to dream more intensely and vividly. The first spiritual sign that something grand is about to happen in your life, Leo, is when your dreams begin to become more intense, more vivid, more real. You wake up and can remember every detail, every color, every sensation you experienced during the night. This is not a coincidence. This is not just your brain processing random information. This is the universe using the most receptive state of your mind, the moment you are sleeping, to send important messages, to prepare you, to show you paths that you cannot see during the day. When you are a Leo, your spirit is naturally connected to powerful energies, to the sacred fire that illuminates and transforms. And when something grand is about to happen, this connection becomes even stronger during dreams. You may start dreaming of places you have never visited, but that seems strangely familiar. You may dream of people you don't know, but who bring important messages. You may dream of symbols, of animals, of situations that seem to guide you in some direction. Pay special attention if you dream of lions, fire, the bright sun, crowns, or yourself in a leadership position. These are direct symbols of your Leo essence being activated for something greater. Often, in these dreams you see yourself solving problems, overcoming challenges, achieving goals that in real life still seem distant. This is not fantasy. This is the spiritual plane showing you what is being prepared for you. It's as if the universe is giving you a preview, a trailer of what's to come. And there's more. When you start having these intense dreams, they are usually accompanied by a very strong feeling upon waking. You don't wake up confused or tired. You wake up with an inner certainty, with a different energy, as if something had changed inside you during the night. This feeling is real. It indicates that your spirit has been working, preparing, aligning itself with the energies that are organizing the blessings that will come into your life. Write down your dreams. Start paying attention to the patterns, the symbols that repeat themselves. You will realize that there is a language there, a path being shown. And the more you pay attention, the clearer the message becomes. The universe is preparing you for something big, and it's using your dreams as a bridge between the spiritual world and your physical reality. Sign 2. People from the past reappear in your life unexpectedly. The second very powerful spiritual sign is when people from your past begin to reappear in your life in a completely unexpected way. Suddenly, someone you haven't seen in years gets in touch. You happen to meet someone who was important at some point in your journey. You receive a message, a phone call, or simply cross paths with someone who seemed to have completely disappeared from your life. Many people think this is just coincidence, but when you understand the spiritual language, you realize that there is no such thing as coincidence. Everything is synchronicity. Everything has a purpose. And when people from the past return, especially when you are about to experience something great, it happens for very specific reasons. First, these people may be returning to bring healing. Perhaps there is something that was left unresolved, an old resentment, a misunderstanding that needs to be cleared up before you can fully move on to the next level of your life. The universe doesn't allow you to carry unnecessary burdens when it's preparing for something big. So, it orchestrates these reunions so that you can make peace, forgive, be forgiven, and close cycles that were still energetically open. Secondly, these people may be returning because they have a new role in your journey. Perhaps they have a connection, information, or an opportunity that will be important for what is coming into your life. The universe works through people. It weaves a complex network of connections and often uses people from our past as bridges to our future. Thirdly, and this is very important for those born under the sign of Leo, these people may be returning to witness your transformation. Leo is a sign of royalty, of brilliance, of visible achievements. And there is a very deep spiritual purpose when people who knew you during a difficult time reappear just when you are about to shine. It's as if the universe is assembling an audience to celebrate your victory. Pay attention to how you feel when these people return. If you feel peace, if you feel that the reunion is light, even if the relationship was complicated in the past, this is a sign that you have already evolved, have already overcome, and are already on a different frequency. And this feeling of peace is confirmation that you are ready to receive the blessings. On the other hand, if the reunion still brings discomfort, see it as an invitation from the universe to work through that energy, to release what still binds you to the past. Because to fully embrace the new that is coming, you need to be free, light, without ties. And the universe is too wise to let that pass. Sign 3. You feel an inner restlessness that you can't explain. The third spiritual sign that something grand is coming is when you begin to feel a very strong inner restlessness. A feeling you can't explain with words or logic. It's as if something inside you is moving, changing, preparing itself. You may feel that you no longer fit in the same places, the same conversations, the same routines. Things that once satisfied you now seem too small. People you used to interact with naturally now seem to be on a different frequency. Places you used to frequent now bring a strange feeling, as if you no longer belong there. This restlessness is not a problem. This restlessness doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. This restlessness is one of the most important signs that your spirit is growing, expanding, preparing to occupy a much larger space in your life. For those born under the sign of Leo, this is even more intense, because the Leo nature wasn't made to stay small, to hide, to live minimally. Leo was made to shine, to lead, to occupy its throne. And when something grand is coming, your spirit begins to feel it even before your conscious mind understands. This restlessness is accompanied by various sensations. You may feel a sudden urge to change things in your life, wanting to reorganize your home, change your look, start a new project, end relationships that no longer make sense. You may feel impatience, a sense of urgency, as if time is passing and you need to do something, even without knowing exactly what. You may also feel moments of anxiety mixed with excitement. It's as if your body already knows something is coming, and is energetically preparing for it. This restlessness also manifests in your desire to be alone more. You feel a need for silence, for retreat, to delve into yourself. And this is not isolation in a negative sense. This is spiritual wisdom. Just as a seed needs to remain in the darkness of the earth before sprouting, you need this inner moment, this retreat, to integrate the changes that are happening on the invisible plane before they manifest on the visible plane. If you are feeling this restlessness, don't fight it. Don't try to force things to continue as they were before. Flow with this energy. Allow it to move you, to transform you, to prepare you. Because on the other side of this restlessness lies a much more powerful version of yourself. Much more aligned. Much more ready to receive everything that the universe has already set aside for you. Now I need to ask you something very important. If the messages in this video are touching your heart, if you feel that these signs resonate with your life right now, I want to invite you to become part of our family here on the channel. Subscribe now, activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos, because every week I bring special content about spirituality, astrology, and personal growth, especially for you who seek to evolve and understand the signs the universe sends. And leave a comment here about where you're watching from, which city, which country, because I love knowing that our community is spread all over the world, connected by the same energy, by the same purpose of growth and transformation. And if you feel that this channel has helped you, that the messages have made a difference in your life, consider becoming a supporter, a subscriber to the channel. This greatly helps us continue bringing this content to you. And it's a way for you to reciprocate the energy you receive here. Every bit of support makes all the difference. Now let's continue, because there are still many important signs for you to discover. Sign 4. You start seeing repeating numbers frequently. The fourth spiritual sign that something great is about to happen is when you start seeing repeated numbers very frequently in your daily life. You look at the clock and it's 11:11. You look again at another time and it's 2:22. You go to pay for something and the amount is a mirrored number. You look at a car license plate and see a sequence that catches your attention. These numbers start appearing so often in your life that you can no longer ignore them. And you really can't, because they're not meant to be ignored. These numbers are called angel numbers, master numbers, direct spiritual signs that your guides, your spiritual mentors, the universe itself is using to communicate with you. Each number has a specific vibration, a specific message. When you see repeated numbers like 11, 22, 33, 44, it indicates that you are in perfect alignment with the flow of the universe. It indicates that you are on the right path, that doors are opening, that you are being guided. For those born under the sign of Leo, there's a special connection with the number 1, which represents leadership, beginnings, and pioneering spirit. If you're seeing the number 1 frequently, either alone or repeated like 11 or 111, this is a very strong sign that you're entering a phase of protagonism in your life. You will assume a leadership position, start something new, and inaugurate a cycle where you will be at the center, shining, guiding others. The number 2 speaks of partnerships, balance, and diplomacy. If you're seeing this number frequently, it may mean that something grand is coming, involving important partnerships, associations, and meaningful relationships. The number 3 is connected with creativity, expression, and expansion. Seeing this number frequently indicates that you are entering a very creative phase, where your ideas will flow, where you will be able to express yourself powerfully, and this will bring great results. The number 4 brings stability, structure, and solid construction. If it appears frequently for you, it indicates that the blessings that are coming will have firm foundations, will last, and will bring real security. The number 5 represents movement, change, and freedom. Seeing this number repeatedly means that major transformations are happening, and they will liberate you and expand your horizons. Now, when you see these numbers in sequence like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's even more powerful. It signifies a complete journey unfolding, a cycle closing, and another opening with much more abundance. And there's a very important detail. When you start seeing these numbers, pay attention to what you were thinking, feeling, or doing at that exact moment. Because the message of the number is always related to the context. If you were thinking about changing jobs and saw a repeated number, that's a confirmation. If you were in doubt about a relationship and the number appeared, that's a sign. The universe is answering your questions, it's guiding you. Write down these numbers. Research their meanings. The more you pay attention, the more the universe will communicate with you through them. And this is not superstition. This is a real spiritual language, proven by millions of people around the world who experience these synchronicities every day. Sign 5, you lose interest in things that used to be important. The 5th very significant spiritual sign is when you realize you're losing interest in things that were once very important in your life. That job you were so dedicated to now seems dull. That group of friends you loved now brings a feeling of emptiness. Those activities that filled your time now seem meaningless. And this might even scare you at first. It might make you think something is wrong, that you're becoming negative, that you're losing your joy. But it's nothing like that. This is a very clear spiritual sign that you are evolving to a new level of consciousness, and the universe is preparing you to receive much greater things, much more aligned with who you really are, and with the purpose you came to fulfill in this life. Think about it. If your hands are full holding old things, things that have already served their purpose, how will you have space to receive the new? The universe needs to empty your hands first. It needs to remove what no longer serves you, what was once important, but is now holding you back, preventing you from evolving. For those born under the sign of Leo, this is a particularly important process, because Leos have a natural tendency to cling to their achievements, their positions, to what they have built. Leos like to be seen, to be recognized, to occupy their space. So, when the universe starts taking these things away, it can be a painful process. You may feel like you are losing your identity, that you are losing what made you special. But the spiritual truth is exactly the opposite. You are not losing your essence. You are being prepared to shine in an even greater way, on an even bigger stage, with an even more beautiful crown. I'll give you a practical example. Let's say you've worked for years in a job where you were highly valued, where you felt valued. Suddenly, this job starts to tire you, people start to bother you, you no longer feel pleasure in being there. Your first reaction might be fear. Fear of leaving, fear of losing security, fear of not finding anything better. But spiritually, what is happening is that that space has already fulfilled its purpose in your life. You have already learned everything you needed to learn there. You've already shone as brightly as you could on that stage. And now the universe is preparing you for a bigger stage, where your brilliance will reach many more people, where your talent will be rewarded much more generously. But for you to have the courage to leave the old, the universe needs to make you lose interest in the old. It needs to make staying there unbearable, because if you were still comfortable, you wouldn't take the necessary step towards the new. The same applies to relationships. If you're losing interest in people who were once important, don't blame yourself. Understand that you were together for a specific phase of the journey, but now your paths are separating because you're being called to another level, another frequency. And that's okay. This doesn't mean the love is over or that the time together wasn't real. It simply means that each of you has your own path of evolution. The important thing now is to trust the process. Trust that the universe knows what it's doing. That this loss of interest isn't a problem. It's a blessing in disguise. It's the universe creating space for something grand to enter. Sign 6. You feel a stronger connection with nature and the universe. The sixth spiritual sign that something grand is coming is when you begin to feel a much stronger and deeper connection with nature, with the universe, with everything around you. Suddenly, you stop to watch the sunset and feel an inexplicable emotion. You look at the stars and have a sense of belonging, of being part of something much bigger. You see a tree, a bird, a flower, and feel a connection, a reverence, a gratitude that you didn't feel before. This happens because when something grand is about to manifest in your life, your spirit automatically expands. You move away from a small, limited vision, centered only on yourself and your problems, and begin to realize that there is an infinite intelligence organizing everything, taking care of everything, connecting everything. And you begin to feel that you are part of that intelligence. For those born under the sign of Leo, this connection is even more special, because Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun is the center of the solar system. It is the source of light and life for all the planets. So, when you begin to feel this stronger connection with the universe, you are actually reconnecting with your solar essence, with your nature of radiating light, warmth, and life. This connection manifests in various ways. You may feel the urge to spend more time outdoors, to walk barefoot on the grass, to sunbathe, to observe the sky. You may begin to notice synchronicities in nature, seeing a specific animal multiple times, perceiving patterns in the clouds, feeling messages in the wind. You may begin to take an interest in planting, in caring for plants, in being near water, earth, and natural elements. All of this indicates that your spiritual body is realigning with the natural frequencies of the universe. Because we are part of nature. Our bodies come from the earth. Our spirit comes from the same source that created the stars. But modern life has disconnected us from this. It has placed us inside concrete boxes, far from the ground, far from the sky, far from natural cycles. And this disconnection weakens us spiritually. So, when something grand is about to happen, the universe pulls you back into this connection. It reminds you of who you truly are. It recharges you with the pure energies of nature, so that you have the strength, clarity, and balance to receive the blessings that are coming. There is also a very profound message in this connection with nature. Nature teaches you about cycles, about patience, about divine timing. A tree doesn't grow overnight. A flower doesn't bloom before its time. Everything has its time, its process, its season. And when you connect with nature, you internalize this wisdom. You stop forcing, despairing, and trying to control everything. You learn to trust the process, to trust that your moment will come, that the seeds you planted will bloom when the time is right. And this trust, this inner peace, is essential for you to be ready to receive something great. Because great blessings require a strong emotional and spiritual foundation. If you are anxious, desperate, afraid, you block the energy. But when you are at peace, confident, connected, you open the channels for the universe to work fully in your life. So, if you're feeling this stronger connection with nature, nurture it. Seek to be outdoors whenever possible. Observe, give thanks, meditate in those moments. Let the wisdom of nature teach you, heal you, prepare you. Sign 7. Challenging situations begin to appear to test your strength. The seventh spiritual sign may seem contradictory at first, but it is one of the most important. When something great is about to happen in your life, you may begin to face challenging situations, obstacles, and difficulties that test your strength, your faith, and your determination. And many people are frightened by this. They think that if challenges are appearing, it means something is wrong, that the universe is against them, that the blessings will not arrive. But the spiritual truth is completely different. These challenges are not punishment. These challenges are preparation. They are initiatory tests that the universe places in your path to make sure you are truly ready to bear the weight of the blessings that are coming. Let me explain better. Great blessings bring great responsibilities. They bring visibility, power, influence, and abundance. And if you are not internally prepared, if you have not developed emotional strength, wisdom, and maturity, these blessings may end up destroying you instead of elevating you. The universe knows this. So, before giving you something great, it tests you. It puts you in situations where you need to prove to yourself that you have the necessary strength. For those born under the sign of Leo, this is even more significant. Leo is the sign of the leader, the king, the person in charge. But no king ascends the throne without first undergoing trials. No leader is respected without first proving their worth. These challenges that appear before something grand are like the challenges heroes face in ancient stories. They need to cross the dark forest, confront the dragon, traverse the desert. And when they succeed, when they prove their courage and determination, then they receive the treasure, the throne, the kingdom. These challenges can come in many forms. It could be a financial problem that teaches you to value each resource, to manage better, to be grateful for what you have. It could be a relationship conflict that teaches you to stand up for yourself, to set boundaries, to respect your own worth. It could be a health crisis that teaches you to take better care of yourself, to listen to your body, to prioritize your well-being. It could be a professional frustration that teaches you humility, patience, perseverance. Each challenge brings an essential lesson, and the universe only puts you in situations that it knows you have the capacity to overcome. If a challenge has appeared in your life, it's because you have everything you need to overcome it. The problem is that often, in the midst of difficulty, we forget this. We fall into despair, fear, and victimhood. We complain, rebel, and question why this is happening. But if you can change your perspective, if you can see the challenge as training, as preparation, everything changes. You stop fighting against it and start learning from it. You stop asking why this is happening to me and start asking what this is teaching me. And when you do that, when you face the challenge with courage and wisdom, you pass the test. You evolve. You become a stronger, more prepared version, more deserving of the blessings that are on their way. And here's a very profound spiritual truth. Often, the last and greatest challenge appears right before your great victory. It's like the final test. If you can maintain faith, maintain hope, maintain action even when everything seems to be crumbling, you prove that you are truly ready. And then, as if by magic, everything transforms. Doors are opening. Blessings are arriving. Greatness is manifesting. So, if you are going through challenges now, don't be discouraged. Understand that this is part of the process. Maintain your strength. Maintain your faith. Keep doing your part. Because the universe is shaping you, refining you, preparing you for something that will be worth every tear, every struggle, every difficult moment. Sign 8. You receive messages or advice from unexpected sources. The 8th spiritual sign that something great is coming is when you start receiving messages, advice, and guidance from completely unexpected sources. You're in line at the bank and the person next to you says something that answers exactly a question you had. You open a book to a random page and read a sentence that seems to have been written especially for you. You're watching a program and someone says something that deeply touches your heart, that gives you clarity about a situation. You talk to a child and they say something surprisingly wise. You listen to a song and the lyrics seem to describe exactly what you're experiencing. These are not coincidences. They are synchronicities. They are ways the universe uses to communicate with you, to guide you, to confirm that you are on the right path. The universe speaks through everything and everyone. It uses people, situations, and whatever means are available to get the message you need to hear to you. And when something great is about to happen, these messages intensify. It's as if the universe is bombarding you with signs of confirmation, guidance, and encouragement. For those born under the sign of Leo, this is especially important, because Leos sometimes have difficulty asking for help, admitting they need guidance. Leos like to be the leader, the know-it-all, the one who guides others. So, having to listen to advice, having to receive guidance can seem like a vulnerable position. But the truth is that even the greatest leaders need guidance. Even kings had their advisors. And the universe knows this. That's why it sends messages in subtle, unexpected ways, so that you receive guidance without feeling like you're losing your strength or independence. These messages usually arrive at specific times. When you're unsure about which decision to make. When you're tired and thinking of giving up. when you're confused about which direction to take. At these moments, the universe sends exactly what you need to hear to keep going, to have clarity, to make the right choice. And the most interesting thing is that these messages have a very special characteristic. They resonate. When you listen, something inside you recognizes that truth. You feel a click, an internal confirmation. It's as if you already knew it deep down in your soul, and the message simply brought to the surface what was already inside you. This happens because you're not receiving new information. You're receiving reminders. The universe is reminding you of who you truly are, what you're capable of, what you're destined for. Your soul already knows all of this, but the mind sometimes forgets, gets lost in worries, fears, and doubts. And then the universe sends these external messages to reconnect you with your inner wisdom. Pay attention also to where these messages come from. Sometimes the most unlikely people bring the most important messages. That coworker you barely talk to, that person you just met, even someone you don't particularly like. The universe doesn't care about ego or personal preferences. It uses whoever is available, whoever is in the right place at the right time to be the messenger. So don't dismiss a message just because it comes from someone you didn't expect. Focus on the message, not the messenger. And one more very important thing. Write these messages down. Write down the phrases that resonate with you, the advice you receive, the guidance that comes your way. Because often the message makes perfect sense at the time, but later you forget the details. And sometimes you'll need to go back to those words, reread them, remember them. They will give you strength in difficult times. They will give you clarity when you feel lost. They will confirm that you are not alone, that the universe is indeed guiding you, preparing you, supporting you on the path to something great. Sign 9. You feel a sudden increase in energy and motivation. The 9th very powerful spiritual sign is when you begin to feel a sudden increase in energy and motivation. After a period of tiredness, low spirits, and lack of energy, you suddenly wake up one day and feel completely different. You have energy to spare. You want to do things, to start projects, to resolve pending issues. You feel motivated, excited, full of life. And this change has no logical explanation. You didn't do anything special. You didn't change your diet, you didn't start exercising. Simply, from one day to the next, your energy returned, and it returned with a vengeance. This is not by chance. This is a very strong spiritual sign that something has changed on the energetic plane. That the blessings that were being prepared behind the scenes are now beginning to approach the physical plane. And your body, your spirit feels this. It begins to prepare. It begins to vibrate at a higher frequency. For those born under the sign of Leo, this is even more significant, because Leo is a fire sign of vital energy, of strength. But even Leos go through phases of low energy, especially when they are undergoing profound transformations. It's as if the organism needs to slow down for a while to reorganize itself internally. But when this process ends, when the reorganization is complete, the energy returns, and it returns multiplied. You don't go back to being what you were before. You become a much more powerful, much more aligned, much more prepared version. This increase in energy is usually accompanied by changes in the physical body as well. You may notice that you are sleeping better, having deeper and more restorative sleep. You may notice that your physical disposition has improved, that you tire less. You may notice that your appetite has changed, that your body is asking for different, healthier, lighter foods. All this indicates that your organism is adjusting to a higher frequency. It is preparing to sustain the energies of the blessings that are coming. And there's more. This increase in energy also affects your mind. Your thoughts become clearer, more positive, more creative. You can see solutions to problems that previously seemed impossible. You have new ideas, inspirations, insights. Your ability to concentrate improves. Your memory becomes sharper. It's as if a fog has been lifted from your mind, and now you can see everything clearly. This happens because when something great is about to manifest, you need to have all your faculties fully functioning. You need to be awake, alert, ready to seize opportunities, to make the right decisions, to act at the right time. The universe won't send blessings to someone who is sleeping, who is scattered, who lacks the energy to do their part. So it recharges you. It gives you the necessary fuel. And this energy comes from a spiritual source. It's not nervous, agitated, anxious energy. It's centered, focused, powerful energy. You feel strong but at the same time at peace. You feel motivated but at the same time patient. It's a balanced, mature, conscious energy. When you feel this increase in energy, take advantage of it. Use this phase to put in order what needs to be organized, to finish what has been pending, to start what you've been postponing. Because this energy is a gift from the universe, it's an impulse for you to move towards your blessings. But be careful not to waste this energy on things that don't matter. Focus on what will truly take you to the next level. Focus on what aligns with your greater goals. And be grateful. Thank the universe for recharging you, strengthening you, preparing you. Because this energy is proof that the universe is with you, that it believes in you, that it knows you are ready to receive something great. Sign 10. You start attracting opportunities effortlessly. The 10th spiritual sign that something great is happening is when you start attracting opportunities effortlessly, naturally, almost magically. Things begin to align. The right people appear. Invitations arrive. Doors open. And you're not doing anything different from what you did before. In fact, you're often even quieter, more withdrawn, more focused on yourself. But even so, opportunities come to you. This happens because you've entered a frequency of attraction. You're vibrating at such a high, aligned energy that the universe naturally connects you with everything that resonates with that frequency. It's the law of attraction in pure action. You don't need to chase after it. You don't need to force it. You just need to be ready, be open, be at peace. And things come. For those born under the sign of Leo, this can be a very special experience, because Leos are often used to chasing after things, conquering them, making things happen. Leo has the energy of hunting, of action, of movement. So, when things start coming to you without you having to make an effort, it might even create a strange feeling at first. You might think you need to do something, that you need to try harder. But no. This is the moment to trust, to allow, to receive. These opportunities that appear effortlessly are usually more aligned, more genuine, more beneficial than those you have to force. When you force, when you chase too much, you often end up accepting things that aren't really good for you just because you're desperate, because you think you need to grab anything. But when opportunities come to you, you have the luxury of choosing, of evaluating, of accepting only what truly makes sense. And these opportunities come in various forms. It could be a better job offer. It could be an invitation to participate in an interesting project. It could be someone introducing you to influential people. It could be a business idea that falls into your lap. It could be an opportunity for travel, study, growth. It could even be a romantic relationship that appears when you weren't even looking for it. The important thing is to recognize when a real opportunity is in front of you. And you recognize it because it brings a sense of alignment. It doesn't leave you anxious, desperate, or confused. It leaves you excited but at the same time at peace. You feel it makes sense. That it's the right time. That it's for you. Now, even if opportunities are coming your way, you still need to do your part. You need to be attentive to perceive opportunities when they appear. You need to have the courage to accept, to say yes. You need to be willing to act when necessary. The universe brings you opportunities, but you need to open the door. You need to reach out. You need to take the steps. And there's something very important. When you start attracting opportunities effortlessly, this also serves as confirmation that you are on the right path, that you are aligned with your purpose, that the choices you made, however difficult they may have been, were correct. The universe is showing you that it approves, that it is with you, that it is conspiring in your favor. So, if you are living through this phase where things are flowing, where opportunities are appearing, be grateful. Celebrate. Recognize that this is a gift, a blessing, a sign that something even greater is yet to come. And continue doing your part. Continue being the best version of yourself. Continue vibrating at this high frequency. Because the more you maintain this energy, the more the universe brings you. Sign 11. You feel a deep peace even amidst uncertainty. The 11th and final spiritual sign, and perhaps the most important of all, is when you begin to feel a profound peace, an inexplicable tranquility, even amidst life's uncertainties. You still don't see all the answers. You still don't know exactly how everything will work out. You still have challenges ahead. But for some reason you are no longer desperate. You are no longer afraid. You are no longer anxious. There is a certainty within you, a deep, almost unshakable confidence that everything will be all right, that you are protected, that things will fall into place. This peace doesn't come from the mind. It doesn't come from calculating every step or having external guarantees. This peace comes from your soul, from your spirit. And it is the most powerful sign that you are completely aligned with the universe, completely connected with your inner wisdom, completely ready to receive something great. Because peace, true spiritual peace, only exists when you trust, when you surrender, when you stop trying to control everything and allow the universe to do its work. For those born under the sign of Leo, achieving this level of peace can be an intense journey, because Leos have a natural tendency to want to be in control, to want to know everything, to want to run the show. Leos don't like to wait. Leos want to act, want to make things happen, want to be in charge. But there is a moment in spiritual evolution when even the strongest Leo needs to learn to trust, to let go, to allow. And when that happens, when Leo finally relaxes and trusts the universe, that's when the greatest blessings arrive. Because now there are no more blockages. There is no more resistance. There is only flow. This deep peace manifests itself in various practical ways. You stop constantly checking your phone waiting for news. You stop losing sleep worrying about the future. You stop making obsessive plans trying to cover all possibilities. You simply live, one day at a time, doing your part, trusting that the universe will take care of the rest. You also stop comparing your journey to others. You stop feeling envious when you see someone achieving something you also want. Because you know that everyone has their own time, their own path, their own specific blessings. And what is meant for you, nothing and no one will take away. This peace allows you to be present, to enjoy the now, to find joy in simple things. You are no longer always thinking about the future, about what is still missing, about what still needs to happen. You can look at the present and feel gratitude for what already exists, for who you already are, for what you already have. And here is the deepest spiritual truth of all. This peace is the sign that you have already received the blessing. On the spiritual plane, on the invisible plane, the blessing is already yours. What is great in your life has already been decreed, has already been released, is already on its way. Now it's just a matter of time until it manifests on the physical plane. And when you feel this peace, it's because your soul already knows this. Your soul is already celebrating. It is already grateful. It is already living the victory. That's why you can be at peace even before seeing the results. Because at a deeper level, you already know it's done. So, of all the signs I showed you in this video, if you are feeling this deep peace, you can be absolutely certain. Something magnificent isn't just coming. It's already here. It's already yours. Now all you have to do is continue doing your part. Continue trusting. Continue vibrating at this frequency of faith and gratitude. And soon, very soon, you will see with your own physical eyes the complete manifestation of everything that the universe has already prepared for you. So my Leo friend, we've reached the end of this powerful video where I shared with you 11 spiritual signs that something great is about to happen in your life. Let's quickly recap. First, more intense and vivid dreams preparing you for what's to come. Second, people from the past reappearing to bring healing or new opportunities. Third, an inner restlessness showing that you are growing. Fourth, repeating numbers confirming that you are on the right path. Fifth, losing interest in the old to make room for the new. Sixth, a stronger connection with nature and the universe. Seventh, challenges appearing to strengthen you. Eighth, messages arriving from unexpected sources. Ninth, a sudden increase in energy and motivation. 10th, opportunities arriving effortlessly. And 11th, a deep peace even amidst uncertainties. If you recognize several of these signs in your life now, pay close attention. The universe is preparing you. It's organizing things. It's aligning people, situations, and opportunities. And very soon, you will experience the physical manifestation of something truly grand. It could be in the financial, professional, romantic, spiritual areas, or in several areas at the same time. But one thing is certain. Your life is about to change levels. And you deserve it. You worked for it. You learned, grew, and overcame. Now is the time to reap the rewards. To receive. To shine. So I want to invite you to look at your life now with different eyes. Stop focusing only on the problems, the difficulties, what is still missing. Start paying attention to the signs. They are everywhere. The universe is speaking to you all the time. It is guiding you, encouraging you, preparing you. And the more you pay attention, the more you give thanks, the more you trust, the faster the blessings manifest. Now I want to know from you. Which of these 11 signs are you experiencing now? Leave it in the comments. Share your experience. Because when you put into words what you are experiencing, when you declare it, when you share it, you activate the energy even more, you accelerate the process. And our community here is very special. Every comment, every story shared, strengthens the current of positive energy that exists here. So participate, interact, be a part of it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now. Activate the bell to receive all notifications. Because every week I bring new content about spirituality, astrology, personal growth, everything to help you evolve, connect with your inner power, and live your best life. And if you feel that this channel has made a difference in your life, that the messages have touched you, helped you, inspired you, consider becoming a member, a supporter of the channel. This helps us a lot to continue producing quality content for you, and it's a way for you to reciprocate the energy you receive here. Now I want to leave you with one last reflection. Something great is coming, yes, but you don't need to wait passively. You have power. You have strength. You have everything you need within you. So keep doing your part. Keep working on your goals. Keep taking care of yourself. Continue being kind, being grateful, being the light you were meant to be. Because when you do that, when you live in alignment with your truth, with your Leo essence, there is no force in the universe capable of stopping your blessings. They come. They arrive. They manifest. And you will shine like the sun you are. Thank you for watching until now. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. I wish you all the blessings of the universe. May something truly great happen in your life, and may you have the wisdom, strength, and gratitude to receive and enjoy everything that is rightfully yours. A huge hug to your heart. Until the next video. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. The universe is with you. It always has been. It always will be.